Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie. If you were on live 3 minutes ago, my mother decided to call me because clearly she wants to talk to her favorite daughter, and it screws up your lives every time. And so if you already were on, the question that I asked as I popped on and said, we're making lunch, prepping dinner, and I want to give you some tips to help you on your keto, low-carb health journey, because a lot of people have been asking, I need to get started. I need to lose 100 pounds. I want to feel healthier. I just need to do something. Give me a couple tips. I will help you. Now, we are making lunch. I did ask that as you hop on, share what you're having for lunch or maybe what you have in your crock pot. I'm about to put chili in our crock pot so that when we go to CrossFit, we come home, there's food for the kids, everybody's happy, no hungry tummies. And I am back, Heidi. So I asked everybody as they're hopping on, what are you making for lunch? We have tuna fish and omelets going on in our kitchen. Chili is being prepped. And one of the biggest things, and here's one of the biggest tips I tell people as they are starting to get healthier, as they maybe fell off and they're trying to get back on the health wagon, if they are, doing good but need to keep going, like there's a couple of things I want to help you with as you are either getting focused, getting refocused, or staying focused. And it's seriously to not overcomplicate this. So for example, I have people ask me all the time about different recipes and how to make some specific things, and I get it. Not everybody can just toss and dump and make it taste a specific way. For my chili, I don't overthink it. I just browned 3 pounds of hamburger, seasoned it with garlic using Rayo's marinara sauce, dumping it into a crock pot, any vegetables that you want, season it with some chili powder till it's the taste that you want it, and you're done. Now, there are things that obviously require more ingredients or measuring things out, but I really want you to know something. When your goal is to get healthy, when your goal is to feel better, when your goal is I just need to do something to get some of this weight off, it's going to require some discipline, self-discipline. Amelia, what's your word for this year? Self-control. And awareness and not overcomplicating this stuff. Promise. So I'm actually going to tell you that while this page is labeled Keto Mom, most people here, and even the doctors that I learned from, I've talked about this 2 weekends ago, we were at an event where we listened to 4 different doctors who are considered keto doctors and scientists really big in the keto space. All of them said from the stage, a ketogenic diet is not sustainable for a majority of the people, and they won't stick with it long term. Now, there are words like being carb conscious and low carb and intermittent fasting, which I've talked about. We're diving into this year a lot. There are things you can do to help you create a lifestyle, which is simply you doing something over and over and over again for not just 2 weeks or not just a month, but for all of next year, that will help you feel better, look better, create a lifestyle that not only is for you, but for anybody in your home and your family. That's the outcome. Not just okay, I want my outcome to lose 50 pounds. I get it. And it's going to require some, Amelia, what's your word? Self-control. Self-control. She was I think my word is self-control. She's working on all things self-control, whether it's getting up in the morning, right, Amelia? What are all the things you're working on? Emotional self-control? Being nice. Having good EQ. That's our 15-year-old daughter. That's her word for this year. She's self-control is my word for the year. And I could ask you the same thing. If you tune into my morning lives, we talk about mindset. We go through books. We're going to go through a new book in January. Right now, we're going through a book to help you with your vision, setting goals, creating vision boards. We're doing that right now. You can watch the morning live. We're going to go through a book called is it called Your Divine Fingerprint? Or your Keith Craft book. Check out the live from this morning. Anyways, here's a couple tips for you. And it's interesting. You want to know what's so interesting? I actually experienced this with my husband this morning. Isn't it interesting how you can hear something or something can be said over and over and over again, and until you are ready to hear it and receive it, you almost act as if you've never heard it. So something was said on one of our team calls this morning, and it was the phrase was said, you don't eat the fruit of the seed you planted today, or the seeds you plant today, you don't get to eat that fruit right away. And my husband turned around to me and he went, that's so good. And I said, where have you been? That phrase or that concept of seed and fruit and seed and harvest has been talked about all year from so many people that we listen to. I wasn't, did you think I was being rude when I said that? He said I was being rude. But it really, but it gave me the understanding of you really sometimes don't, like you might hear something over and over and over again until you're ready to either A, do something about it, or B, you're actually ready to receive it. And so I'm going to tell you something that you might go, I've actually heard this, and I hope that you're ready for it. And I hope that you hear it with an understanding of, I'm actually going to take action, right? Like it takes somebody 14, 15, 16, 17 times to hear something before they actually are like, all right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take action on it. I have an awareness of it. So number one, don't overcomplicate this. Like if you physically don't have time to plan a whole bunch of like keto, low carb meals, you can make better choices. So I want you to think about every single day. You have a choice either to go through the drive-through, to pack your lunch, to choose the best meal in the position that you're at. And so it could be simple as like taking the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad, grabbing a lettuce wrap, protein and veggie in a salad. Protein, veggie in a salad. If it doesn't line up with one of those, and even though you may have eaten that same meal yesterday, and it's a better option, and you have self-discipline, right? You actually know what you want. You're going to go after your goals. You've set SMART goals, which we've been talking about. Then you'll go, all right, it's okay that I had eggs yesterday. It's okay that I had a lettuce wrap yesterday. You know what? I didn't plan anything else right now. And my body might go, I want sugar, but I've got self-discipline. I have my SMART goals. I'm going to eat the same thing because I didn't plan something else. You have to be okay with the simple. You have to be. Secondly, you've got to be okay with like one step at a time, one meal at a time. You've got to be okay with like, this isn't a 2-week journey. This is going to be a month after month until like you can do this for a year, and you will look and feel differently next year if you're committed to the simplicity of the process, of understanding that this doesn't have to be super complicated, of understanding that most people don't stick to keto, and the ones that tell me they're doing a keto diet and they're tracking everything, I rarely talk to somebody who's actually done it long term or has done it and sustained it, because I usually hear, I did it and then I gained all the weight back. So let's get this mindset of expectations of, I'm going to do low carb, I'm going to do carb conscious, I'm going to focus. If there's one thing I'm going to tell you to start focusing on, intermittent fasting. What does that mean? You're basically skipping breakfast. You stop eating supper around 7 o'clock, like you stop eating the night before, 7 or 8, you go 16 hours and then you get to eat lunch. But intermittent fasting is going to help your body rest and reset. You're not processing food all the time. Your body's going, I actually can like rest. And you don't eat within that 8-hour period a whole bunch of junk, and you don't like make up for not eating breakfast. So your body is going to learn to adapt. Now, for the person or people who messaged me today and they were like, I need to lose 100 pounds. I learned this from Dr. Andy. She's like, if somebody comes into my clinic and they are like, I need to lose some fat, she's like, I'm not going to have them do strict keto. I'm not even going to have them dive into a whole 16 8-hour intermittent fasting period. I'm going to go, let's start with, what are you drinking? I hope you're taking notes or just having an awareness of like, what are you drinking? Water, what's in your coffee? Let's look at the amount of sugar that you're drinking. That's an easy fix. Drink more water. Have a shaker bottle with you at all times. About half your body weight in ounces of water. And if you're drinking a whole bunch of sugar and junk, that eventually needs to be cut out. And then she's like, I'm going to have people start maybe not solely intermittent fasting, but maybe push it a little bit. So if you can't make it a full 16-hour fasting, 8-hour window, let's work on it so you're maybe fasting for 12 hours and eating for the other 12. Until you can get your body used to like, oh, I can do this. I can drink ketones. That helps me intermittent fast. It doesn't break a fast. I can drink either fat coffee. We're going to have more science come out about drinking our keto protein during your fasting window because it won't raise your insulin. So there's things you can learn as you go. So how much are you drinking? What are you drinking? Easy. Dr. Andy would say, hey, I'm actually not going to have somebody dive into strict keto. I'm just going to, can you do one meal low carb? And then your supper can be a little bit higher carb. But if you can be consciously aware of like one meal low carb, I can do that. Protein and a veggie. And then if you wanted something a little bit higher carb, like a potato, she's like, let's work on whole foods. This is about what are some better options. And honestly, cutting out the sugar. The sugar is the culprit of most things. So let's have an awareness of what we're eating. And then I'm going to ask you, are you moving your body? So one of the messages I got today was I actually, I got in a car accident. I can't do a ton of workouts, but I would ask you, because you know your fitness level. So what can you do? Can you go for a walk? If your legs are not working how you want them to currently work, can you do some arm movements? Can you work with a personal trainer or somebody in your local area? Maybe you need to just stretch. Because if your goal is fat loss, well, working out is great and it moves your body. Dr. Ryan Lowry said, if your goal is, if you're not getting a whole bunch, let me think of how he phrased this. He said, your goal should be, if you've gotten yourself to like moderate active level, 10,000 steps a day. I think my daughter calculated it this morning. She's like, Mom, I think it's equivalent to like 6 miles a day. Is that right? I don't even know. But like if you are a person that sits in the office, doesn't move a lot, go for a walk. You can incorporate more weights and different types of lifts or intensity workouts 2 or 3 times a week. But if you can be aware of what you're drinking, make at least one of your meals low carb. We're going to work on intermittent fasting. And moving your body, it's going to help immensely. So all of that will help, keeping it simple, right? Things like eat when you're hungry, not when you're bored. I'll tell my kids this all the time. Are you actually hungry? Because I see you're in the fridge a lot. No. I mean, we homeschool. We're home a lot. So like I will say, you just ate. Well, I'm like, go drink some water and find something to do. So okay, so Tammy said 10,000 miles is about 4 miles, 10,000 steps, 4 miles. That's great, right? And you might go, 10,000 steps. Why don't for Christmas you invest in one of those little trackers? They're like $20 to $30 on Amazon where you can just track your steps. It doesn't have to be fancy. But if your new goal this year is to get healthy, I would say we're working on intermittent fasting. Let's be aware of what's in your cup. What are you drinking? Intermittent fasting, one meal at least low carb, one with some whole food. Eventually, you can do some lower carb meals. I would say drink ketones. Some of you are rebooting right now, so I'll talk to you about that in a second. And moving your body. Now, is that giving you the nitty-gritty steps? No. But I'll tell you, that's a great place to start. And maybe on Christmas or, when you're celebrating with friends, you're like, I'm going to enjoy my day today. And then I'll start back up tomorrow. Dr. Ryan and Dr. Jacob said, if you can stay focused for 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, with intermittent fasting, 2 better meals, drinking your water, drinking your ketones, and moving your body. Then on the weekends, when you have a birthday party or you're celebrating somebody or you just want to have some pizza, it's not going to negate or take away from those 5 days because your goal is I'm going to do this for 5 days a week. And on the other 2 days, I'm going to enjoy myself with my friends and my family. I don't want you to binge, but I hope that when you're at a birthday party, you're not like gorging on 8 cupcakes, but you enjoy yourself with your friends and family. Does that make sense? That is the point of this, is what can I do so that I don't quit in 2 weeks, or I don't quit next month, or I don't quit because I'm not seeing the results, which is another conversation. That's fine to weigh yourself, but you do not need to weigh yourself every single day. So pay attention to inches lost. How are your clothes fitting? How are you feeling? Can you walk further? Are you sleeping better? Like, do you just feel happier? Those are the tips. And I can get more nitty gritty as we go through every single day. We talk about net carbs and total carbs. Some of you want to be more strict, which is fine. It's all up to you. It's going to take discipline, consistency over time. Now, for those of you who are rebooting, and if you're just tuning in, I asked what your lunch was today. You have to share. I just like to see what you're having. We had tuna fish and omelets, 2 different things. The girls wanted some different things. Prepping chili for dinner, going in the crock pot. Some of you who are rebooting, make sure you're plugged into the reboot group. If you've got reboot questions, ask me. Stay focused, stay out of the kitchen, drink your water. If you've never done a reboot, we do them every single month, and it's just resting and resetting your body. So it's a 60-hour fast. But in the kit, we have ketones, we have different things to help you along the way. If you're interested in a reboot or a different type of fast, just post reboot in the comments and we can chat. I think it's super great. It helps so many people just either get started, get restarted, or just kind of elevate what they're doing. If you're like, there's no way I'm going to fast, like, yep, no way. Oh, you know what, Heidi? It is actually really cold here too. So we're in Minnesota. Where are you guys tuning in from? If you can't walk outside, we have a treadmill. Maybe you can get a gym membership. There's some really cheap gym memberships that have lots of treadmills. You just have to get yourself to go, which maybe you'll meet an accountability partner or a new friend. It would be great to go. All right, if you've been going, there's no way I'm going to fast, I would actually encourage you to start with our 10-day challenge. So this is where I have most people start with drinking ketones. These are a tool. If at any point you've never tried this and you just need something to help you on your journey, I'm going to explain what it is. I want you to post challenge in the comments. But what it is, it's a pack. You take it out, you put it in some water. This comes with 5 different flavors. It's on sale for you to trial, and then I also throw in some fun perks. So some cream for your coffee and some protein. Those 2 are my favorite. Helps in different, whether you need it for athletic performance or like a light snack, or you need a replacement for your sugary coffee. I'm going to add those in when you grab the challenge or different things that we talk about. Here's what I want you to know. If you need help on your journey, you can send me a message. You can post challenge in the comments. You can post reboot in the comments. And I'm going to ask you things like, what are your goals? Do you understand ketones? I would love to help you with your food and understanding ketones, wherever you want to get started. But the product is incredible because you drink it and it puts you in ketosis. I like to say I get to help people experience ketosis every day. And that means you drink it, you've got ketones in your system, so it helps you with your energy, helps me keep up with our 4 daughters, I go to CrossFit, I homeschool these girls, like mom things. Like, I don't know if you're a mom, I promise you, these ketones will help you. It has changed my life because I don't need a nap. I feel amazing. I feel focused. I'm not snacking all day long. I'm not eating the junk. I can go to CrossFit in the middle of the day with our girls. I can do the laundry and do all of those things while answering all of your questions. And it's because I drink water, I move my body, I make better decisions, and I drink my tool. These. Some of you drink a ridiculous amount of coffee or energy drinks or something that you're like, I just need it. These are amazing. So, good question. Hey, Nancy. So when you drink ketones, like 1 packet, if you drink ketones and your goal is to eat better, it doesn't have to be keto. I've got people that are vegan and Whole30, just eating better. 1 packet should last anywhere. Well, here's what I'm going to say, 4 to 8 hours. And you might go, what? I have people that drink ketones and then eat junk. If you're going to drink ketones and you're going to eat whatever you want, you'll probably feel some energy. It might help you not eat as much. Ketones are brain fuel, but your body has to process all of the junk that you're eating and the ketones. So the better that you eat, doesn't have to be strict keto, the longer your body's going to learn how to utilize those ketones. So I drink 1 early in the morning. I got up this morning at 6:30. I drank my ketones as I was reading. I actually will drink another one around maybe 2 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is right now. You can do 1 or 2 a day or more if you choose to. But I do, for the first year when I started drinking these 7.5 years ago, I drank 1 packet. I got up in the morning, I ate a low carb breakfast, I drank ketones, and I felt great my whole day. So now a year later, I joined the gym, started doing CrossFit. So I like to have 2, but I'm not a coffee drinker. And this is my fuel. I would ask you, like, what do you use to help you throughout your day? Let's talk about how ketones not only can give you energy and not only can help you not eat all the cookies, but in general, the studies that they're seeing of ketones doing all these amazing things in your body, from turning your brain on to muscle sparing and muscle growth, because most people after the age of, I don't even know, I think it's 30, start losing muscle, 40 for sure. And so the power of keeping muscle and sustaining muscle, it's like longevity of your life. That's a lot of what we're hearing on the research of ketones. And so I can say, yes, it helps you not take a nap. 100%. It'll help you not eat as much junk. Yes, it will turn on your brain. But what it's doing, this is a big word, from a molecular level, which I have just learned, and I am learning, and I have learned over 7 years, is incredibly powerful. If you have not downloaded our free app, it's called Prove It TV. So it's Pruvit. Prove It TV, all one word. You can go look at some research, and or message me what you're experiencing. Like, if you have medical questions, send me a message and I will find a video that will explain how these can help you with maybe whatever you're dealing with. Or I can redirect you in some place where you can learn more about the power of ketones and whatever you're dealing with. I would say, from a mom, how's it going, Connie? I would say from a mom, I needed energy. I needed to not have that fog in my brain. I needed my brain turned on, and I just needed help getting through my day of not just snacking. And those things helped immensely. Now I have people, if you guys looked at my stories from yesterday, I shared a whole bunch of people having incredible success with fat loss, and anywhere in between. So, I do have 4 dogs too, if you did not know that. So anyways, I'm going to continue to prep our dinner. Chili's going in the crock pot. Lunch is done here. What did you have for lunch, or what are you having for dinner? I hope that you are prepped and planned and prepared. If you are not, choose the best option possible. Drink your body, drink your water, move your body. Rebooters, stay focused. Send me a message if you have questions. If you want to join us for the next reboot, post reboot below, post challenge below. I would actually start here, and then we can dive into a reboot after that. But this is pretty incredible. I look forward to helping all of you, and whatever questions that you have, do not wait until January. Give yourself the gift of health, and let me help you right now so that you're not like the 99% of everybody else who's like, I'll start in January. Because did you know that most people gain the most amount of weight around the holidays? And it's all due because of snacking and sugar and not moving your body. Let me help you. The entire month is not a holiday. You can celebrate on one day, right? Not all the days. So, all right. I hope you guys have an incredible day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.